Hello, everybody. Thank you. How lovely. I know it can be quite confusing when they say, welcome to the stage, Dan Foxx, and then Claire Balding walks onto the stage. Sometimes throws people. Very nice to be here. Can I get a rating out of 10 for the jumper, please? 10, thank you very much. I was very much fishing for it. I made it. Made it myself. This is croissant. Basically, I was making a jumper and I was like, I need to make something that gets across the fact that I'm like the bad boy of comedy. I thought maybe some patisserie. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. But no, I'm trying to get away from, often I do this, a friend came and saw me quite recently, she was like, okay, what you really look like, Claire, is, I think we're going more like Draco Malfoy downloaded Grindr, got an arts degree, like, maybe, but can he iron on felt? Who knows? I don't think so. No, very nice to be here. How are we guys feeling about like the fact that summer seems to be sort of swooping in? We enjoying this? Yes, I hate it. But one thing that I don't like it because I sweat so much all the time. Every time I walk anywhere, lots of nodding damp faces in the audience. Anytime I walk anywhere, I'm like clammy to the touch. But one thing I do love about it is that the people of our great nation love to forget that we cannot handle the sun. Every year, it's a joy to behold. You know when they, like, people go on holiday and then they come back and they're so smug even though they're burnt to a fucking crisp. And they're like, yeah, I just did like a little week in Malta. I just spent like a week in Malta. And you'll have to be like, okay, Helen, you look like you've just spent a week in Chernobyl. It's like someone sandblasted a chicken breast. And like, I don't deal with the sun very well myself. I went to a dermatologist fairly recently. Nothing wrong with me. I just have a condition called gay skin, which means I want to look young forever. Thank you. 2 queers in the middle section, which in comedy is referred to as a gay filling. The apricot preserve of comedy. I was trying to think of the gayest fruit. I feel like bon maman apricot preserve. What am I talking about? But yeah, I am gay. A gay man, as we like to be known. In French, I believe it's called une fag. Is that the correct term? I think so. Which is nice. Having a very lovely time with it. Sometimes when there are sometimes when there's like one queer act on the bill, you have to sort of address it. You guys are lovely, so we don't have to do it. But sometimes you get like men in the audience. There's always a bloke, and they do this, which is them going like, "Oh fuck, it's one of them." If there was anyone here feeling that way in the back, like I would just say, please relax. I am no threat to you. If I'm honest, you're not my type. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I prefer masculine men. But please don't beat the shit out of me after the show. No, but something that's very nice. My family are like very supportive of the whole thing. That's lovely. My grandma, super supportive. She's like going in hard. She wants to be like a woke grandma. That's her thing. She went to Brighton Pride a couple of years ago, which, yeah, it's really cute. It was a complete accident, but she did go. There is nothing more fun, it turns out, in this whole wide world than letting a 97-year-old woman walk you through what she thinks LGBTQ means. We were on the phone afterwards and she was like, yeah, so it was LGBTQ Pride. Now, let's see, that stands for, it's lesbian. It's like, yes, very good, it is. She's like, it's gay. I was like, yeah, very good. She's like, and then it's black. I was like, oh. No. See what you were going for? No. Swerve and a miss. Trans, she got no problem, which I thought was pretty cool. Q, she went for Quorn. Now, and I'm like, obviously it's not right, but it's not wrong, is it? Somehow it's right. Anyway, so I was telling you about this dermatologist. So I'm at the dermatologist. So funny. They make you fill in a lovely little form before you go in. And one of the questions on it, genuinely, is how would you describe your skin tone? And then there's no options. It's just an open box, which being like that is a wide. I don't know. There's no like what are the correct like because they're not asking are you like white, black. What they want is like tone. And I was like, well, I'm white and from the UK, so I guess like the inside of a turkey dinosaur. That's the sort of. But it got me thinking more about it, and I was walking away after. And I was like, how would I? I ended up turning to your friend and mine fancy paint website Farrow and Ball. You know where they name all their paints like batshit names, all the colours. And I was looking at it. It turns out that the closest match to my skin tone is called Trout Grey. A real boost for the ego. And then second closest match, again, pinky greyish tone. Genuinely, Granny's house. Granny's house. I can't look at myself naked in the mirror anymore without being like, Granny's house. Come and have a trifle. But no, so that's fun. Something I'm trying to do this year, I'm trying to be a better vegetarian. Have we got any vegetarians in? Is that the same person that said they were gay? It's the same gay. Of course. Who was it? Was it you? Ooh, so, are you just not vegetarian but just like into it? Okay, cool. So I find when I tell people I'm a vegetarian, they will be like, why is that? And people like want to know. And they'll be like, is it animal rights, health, environment? What would you say for you? All of the above. And that's fair. For me, it is none of the below. So I would say, and like, okay, not to be preachy, I would say, very quickly, I would say I am a vegetarian for, like, actually a lot of the same reason that I am gay, for the attention. Thank you so much. It's very brave. This is my coming out in a way. And like to make my grandfather spin in his grave. But, so that's nice. I have also been told, fairly recently, I'm discovering that I'm coming across as quite posh on stage. I don't know if you guys think that's true. Yeah, right, so I'm more on that side. Like, it's funny to me because it couldn't be further from the truth. When people say it, I'm like, no. My parents are like salt of the earth northerners. They moved from the north of England when I was born down to the south with literally like 20 quid in their pocket, £600,000 in their bank account. They moved down. A little joke from me. No, genuinely a joke. So genuinely, in my family, I'm the first person to go to Pret-a-Manger. A Pret-a-Manger, if you will. But yeah, but that's been fun. But I did get my, might be surprised to find I got my fair share of bullying at school. I was like slightly strange child. There were no other gay kids at my school, so I used to have to like fancy the men in adverts. That was sort of my thing. So I can remember like very vividly watching an advert for Limescale and being like, oh, is there a Mrs. Muscle? Or like, right. Tony the Tiger, can we agree, objectively very fit? Quite fit. Like, of the tigers that I know, Quorn clearly goes to the gym. Bleached teeth, very charming, very hot. I can remember watching him as a child and being like, okay. But I will say, now that I'm an adult, I still think he's hot. But looking back, I'm like, I think, now that I'm a bit cannier, a bit wiser, I think he is... I was going to say a bit of a predator, but that is too much. He's a tiger. No, but I think he's too perfect. I think he comes across as too perfect. Exactly. So I think he's like, probably with your mates would be like very cool, very nice when you're out and about, but I think behind closed doors, maybe quite controlling. Yeah, 100%. Because I think, again, like with friends, out and about, in public, great. Behind closed doors... maybe quite frosty. Thanks so much. Thank you. What a piece of shit joke. That's from me to you. But so that's been nice. And then like also the honey monster, but it's because I think it'd have a big dick. But I did get my fair share of bullying, and quite rightly, Quite rightly. You know, when, like, I feel like around the early 2000s, everyone was always like, oh, it's so gay. That was the insult of the time. Like, everything was like gay, and it'd be like oh, what, oh, maths homework, that's pretty gay. Or like, what's for lunch? Pasta, gay. It's like lasagna, gay. But like, okay, sure. Of the pastas, maybe fair enough. Do you know what I mean? Maybe. Like, oh, what's it made of? Gorgeous sheets. Maybe it is the gayest person. I do think, like, I forgive all my friends that said things were gay at the time. I do think if you're an adult in 2022 and you're still calling things like gay, maybe time to die. Maybe? I don't know. But yeah, no, but I did get a bit of bullying. I actually, mostly verbal. Once, when I was walking home, a guy spat in my face. Yeah, which would have like very much shaken me if it wasn't so hot. But like mainly verbal. So I did, and I think the only way to get through it is to sort of try and have a bit of fun with them. So, for example, like a common one, if you are a guy in the room, you will know this one where you're like walking along and they're like, "Oh, gay boy," like, "Oh, do you want my knob?" And you have to be like, "Oh God," like, you know, no, thank you, sorry. I'm actually still a bit sore from your dads. Because if there is one thing dads love, it's a trip to Granny's house. Okay. You guys have been lovely. Have a great rest of your evening. I've been Daniel Foxx.